Last week, Democrats introduced a bill to abolish ICE. That's the Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency. In doing so, I think we should first review the agency's record. As it turns out, ICE agents are on the front lines in the battle against crime. In 2016, they arrested nearly 2,000 human traffickers, criminals who are involved in modern-day slavery. You wanted to abolish that. Last year, they arrested more than 4,800 gang members, including more than 800 members of the MS-13, one of the most vicious gangs operating today. But you wanted to abolish that and put it into our communities. And they intercepted more than 1 ton of fentanyl that was headed for our communities. Now, we all should know what fentanyl will do, because we just debated more than 50-some bills on this floor because 172 people who are Americans will die today because of an addiction. Fentanyl is so deadly that just a few grams will kill you. But you wanted to abolish that, to allow it in to our communities. Still, the Democrats say, not only will they want to introduce it, people will co-sponsor it. But there's a problem, and I actually think there are 2 problems with this. The first problem is most Americans disagree with you. They actually support ICE. According to a recent poll, just 1 in 4 Americans think we should abolish it. The second problem is Democrats don't even agree with their own bill they introduce. They lack the courage of their so-called convictions. Because when we offered the ability to bring the bill up, abolish ICE, that they put into the hopper and co-sponsored, Democrats said they would vote no. They wanted the glory of introducing a bill to the far left of their own party, but they didn't have the guts to accept the consequences. That's the kind of leadership that the Democrats have to offer. And Mr. Speaker, I'm even more confused listening to the Democrat leadership. I was here, I was on the floor. I listened, Mr. Speaker, to the leader on the Democratic side when she said, I recommend voting no, or maybe vote present, or vote however you want. I'm not sure what position she was requesting when she said all 3. And I'm not sure exactly what the author wanted to do when he put his bill across the aisle and asked his other members of his own conference to co-sponsor it when he said he would vote no when he had the offer to bring it up on the floor. Does that mean every bill Democrats put across they really don't want to support? I'm just not sure. Now, we are about to vote on a resolution of the opposite. We want to support the law enforcement officers of ICE and will renounce the activist campaign against them. The dangers these officers face are no joke. So for those in the back who would like to speak, Mr. Speaker, during this, I would ask that they get quiet for one moment, because 6 officers of ICE lost their lives defending those. The danger is real.
House will be in order.
The dangers to these officers are real. And it is not a joke. 6 officers have died in the line of duty. Special Agent Brian Beaslow, Special Agent Timothy Inslee, Special Agent Lorenzo Gomez, Special Agent Scott McGuire, Special Agent David Wilhelm, and Special Agent Jaime Zapata, who was killed by a cartel hitman in Mexico. These agents gave their lives in the line of duty. Thousands more of these agents risk their lives every day on your behalf. I want you to pause for one moment. I want you to think about those agents. Think about those families. But think about those thousands of agents who are defending our border, what do they think about a bill that comes across the desk that says you want to abolish them? How much support do you want to give them? How much support do they feel when the leadership, Mr. Speaker, of the Democratic Party says vote no, vote present? Just vote how you want. Well, you know what? When they risk their lives and they stop another human trafficker about modern-day slavery and they save another child, I'll vote to support them. Or when they stop the amount of drugs coming across and they save another American's lives, I'll support them. Or when they stop an MS-13 gang member from coming to any of our communities, I'll support them. If only for this region, Asians deserve our gratitude and support. Mr. Speaker, I'm confused. I understand there's this growing socialist movement in the Democratic Party. But when does this socialist new Democratic Party believe we should have no borders? I guess it's today. Mr. Speaker, that's not what the Americans asked for. That's not what America supports. But then again, Mr. Speaker, I'm not sure I understand what the other side supports when they offer a bill and they ask people to co-sponsor and then they won't even vote for it. That is why I'm happy to offer Congressman Higgins' resolution and stand with the women and men of ICE, because I want a safer America. And for those who gave their life for us, I will stand with them, even if it means standing up against a new